Welcome everyone. I'm Mr. Well, and today we're breaking a belief that holds millions of learners back. The idea that learning a language becomes harder when you're an adult. Let me tell you the truth. It's not harder. It's different. Adults actually have superpowers children don't. Discipline, focus, context, and experience.
And I'm Dafne. That's right, Mr. Whale. Adults learn faster because they can connect ideas. A child learns the word apple through repetition. An adult learns it and immediately connects it to food, color, pronunciation, nutrition, memories, recipes, stories. Adults think deeper, and that's an advantage.
But here's the problem. Adults also bring heavy emotional baggage into the learning process. Fear of sounding silly, fear of being judged, fear of making mistakes. Children don't carry fear, they carry curiosity, and curiosity wins every time.
Exactly. Children want to explore. They want to communicate. They want to play. Their only mission is to express themselves, even if the sentence comes out wrong. That's why children speak early and confidently. They don't care about perfection.
So the real secret is not learn like a child because they learn faster, but rather learn like a child because they learn fearlessly. They don't freeze, they don't overthink, they don't apologize, and they don't wait for the perfect moment. They speak now.
And that, my friends, is where fluency truly begins. Not with grammar rules or long vocabulary lists, but with freedom. The freedom to explore the language without fear. The freedom to get it wrong. The freedom to try again.
I want you to imagine a baby learning to walk. They fall 100 times. Does anyone say, "Oh no, maybe walking is not for you"? No, we celebrate the effort, we clap for the attempt, and eventually walking becomes natural. Language works exactly the same way.
And here's something powerful. When you were a baby, you learned your first language without ever studying. No textbook, no grammar explanation, no exercises. You learned because you were immersed and unafraid. That ability is still inside you. It just needs to be reactivated.
Today's episode will help you do exactly that. Unlock the inner child that still lives in your brain, the part of you that is curious, playful, bold, and creative. That's the version of you that learns fast.
Because deep down, the child inside you already knows how to learn a language. You've done it once, and you did it without effort. You were not afraid of being misunderstood. You were not afraid of sounding strange. You simply absorbed, interacted, and repeated.
So this podcast is not about English rules today. It's about your mindset, your identity as a learner, your inner philosophy. We're going to teach you the 4 golden rules that every child unconsciously uses to become fluent, and how you can apply them today, even if you're starting from zero.
Get ready to remove fear, gain confidence, embrace mistakes, and fall in love with learning again. This is not just a class, it's a transformation, a reset of your relationship with English.
And by the end of this episode, you'll see English not as a subject you study, but as a world you explore, just like a child does.
So take a deep breath, relax, and open your mind. We're about to activate your inner child, the fearless learner inside you. Let's begin.
All right, learners, let's dive into rule number 1, total immersion and repetition. This is the foundation of how children become fluent without classes, without grammar lessons, and without stress. Children learn because the language is everywhere. It's constant, natural, and repeated thousands of times.
Exactly, Mr. Whale. A child doesn't sit down and say, "Oh, today I will study vocabulary." No. A child lives inside the language. They wake up hearing it, play hearing it, eat hearing it, and fall asleep hearing it again. Their whole world is the language, and that's why fluency happens effortlessly.
And here's the exciting part. You can recreate this environment, even as an adult. You don't need to live in New York or London. You can create your own tiny English world, your own English micro-universe, right at home.
Yes, we call this your English bubble. And the moment you step into your English bubble, your brain switches modes. It says, oh, we're in English now. Time to absorb. Just like a child, but with your adult super abilities, memory, curiosity, and discipline.
So, how do you build your English bubble? Start simple. Change your phone language. Watch your favorite shows in English. Put music in English while you clean your house. Use English subtitles, not Portuguese ones. Let English become the background soundtrack of your day.
And don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. Guess what? Children don't understand everything either. They just keep listening. And every day, the brain connects one more piece.
Exactly. Your brain is a supercomputer. It learns patterns automatically when exposed repeatedly. For example, a baby hears the word mommy hundreds of times before saying it. You must do the same with English.
Let's model how that sounds. Here's a simple immersion sentence you can use in daily life.
I need to label the objects in my house. I need to label the objects in my house.
Simple, clear, and practical. Label your fridge, your desk, your mirror, your window. Make English impossible to ignore. Children become fluent because the language follows them everywhere. Let English follow you.
And here's another secret. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is mastery. Children repeat the same sentence, the same sound, the same story, over and over, without shame and without embarrassment.
And adults often avoid repetition because it feels too basic. No. Repetition is exactly what creates fluency. You repeat until the sounds feel natural. You repeat until your mouth remembers. You repeat until English becomes automatic.
So your action item for rule number 1 is this. Create a daily routine of 15 minutes of English immersion. Podcasts, music, YouTube, short videos, anything. Don't analyze, just listen. Let the language enter your ears naturally.
And here's a bonus habit. When you find a sentence you like, repeat it 3 times. Once slowly, once naturally, and once with emotion. That's how children lock sounds into their memory.
Immersion teaches your ears. Repetition teaches your mouth. Combine both, and you become unstoppable.
This is rule number 1, and it's the rule that unlocks all the others. Ready for the next one? Let's go.
Let's dive into rule number 2, and this one is powerful. Children speak to communicate, not to be perfect. They jump in, they try, they point, they repeat, and they never wait for the perfect sentence.
Exactly, Mr. Whale. Kids don't freeze, they don't overthink, they don't rehearse sentences in their minds, they just speak. Because for them, speaking is a natural part of learning, not a test they have to pass.
And that's what you need to bring into your English. Stop waiting for the perfect phrase because it doesn't exist. Real fluency is messy, fun, and full of mistakes.
So here's your mindset shift. Forget perfection and focus on communication. Use simple survival chunks, short, powerful phrases that help you express what you need right now.
Like these classic ones. Can I have some water, please? I need help with this. I don't understand. One more time, please.
And here's the magic. When you speak using simple chunks, your brain gets stronger, faster, and more confident. You don't need big grammar to start speaking. You just need courage.
Exactly. Kids don't know the past perfect tense, but they communicate beautifully. And you can do the same. Start with action verbs: want, need, like, go, make, do, and use them everywhere.
So, today's action step, pick 5 survival chunks and use them out loud. Even if you're alone, even if you're shy. Speaking is a physical skill. Your mouth needs practice, just like your mind. Let's jump into rule number 3. And this one is a game changer. Ready? Children don't fear mistakes. They see mistakes as part of the fun.
Absolutely. Kids fall, they stand up, they try again, they laugh, and they move on. Mistakes don't stop them. Mistakes guide them.
And adults? Adults love to panic. One tiny mistake and we feel embarrassed, shy, frozen. But listen carefully. Errors are not the enemy. They are the evidence that you're learning.
So here's your big challenge. Stop correcting yourself in your mind. Instead, do what kids do. Correct out loud and keep going.
Yes, when you make a mistake, simply say, "That's okay, I'm learning." And try again. No shame, no panic, no apology.
Let's give learners a helpful chunk for this mindset. Repeat this. Don't worry about grammar, just keep going.
Beautiful. That's your mantra for the week. And here's a fun exercise. Whenever you hear or make a mistake, smile and say, "Mistakes make me faster," because they truly do.
Exactly. Fluency isn't a straight road. It's a playground. You get better each time you fall and get back up. And now, rule number 4. And this one is my favorite. Kids learn because learning feels like play. Everything is fun, everything is discovery, everything is an adventure.
Yes, children don't sit with textbooks thinking, "Oh no, I must study grammar today." No, they learn through cartoons, games, sounds, colors, curiosity, and imagination.
And here's your mission. Turn English into a hobby, not a chore. Something you enjoy doing, something you look forward to.
So ask yourself, what do you love? Music, cooking, soccer, movies, gaming, fashion, art?
Whatever it is, do it in English. No pressure, no rules, just play.
If you love soccer, watch highlight videos with English commentary. If you love cooking, follow English recipe channels. If you love gaming, watch American or British streamers. If you love dramas, watch your favorite shows with English audio.
Here's a chunk to seal the mindset. Learning English is fun when I do what I love.
Repeat that again, feel that again, because it is true. When English becomes joy, fluency becomes inevitable.
And remember, kids learn best because they are curious, excited, playful, and fully alive in the moment. Become that version of you, and English will flow naturally. All right, amazing learners! We've arrived at the final part of today's episode. You now know the 4 golden rules that children use to master a language: immersion, communication, embracing mistakes, and learning through play. And guess what? These rules are now yours, too.
Yes, and this is the moment where you take everything we talked about and bring it into your real life. No more passive learning, no more waiting for the perfect moment. Today, we start acting like children, curious, fearless, playful, and unstoppable.
So here's your final challenge of the week. And I want you to take it seriously, but with a smile. Ready?
Rule number 1 of the challenge: celebrate one mistake today. That's right. If you say something wrong, laugh, smile, say out loud, "That's okay, I'm learning, I'm improving." Because when you stop fearing mistakes, fluency begins.
Beautifully said, Dafne. And here comes rule number 2. Use one survival chunk today. It can be in a message, a voice note, a comment, your English practice, or even talking to yourself in the mirror. Try something like, "Can I have?" or "I need," or I don't understand. These simple chunks build real confidence.
And rule number 3, bring joy into your English today. Watch something you love in English, listen to a song you enjoy, or follow a fun creator. If it's not fun, your brain won't learn. So choose something that makes you curious, something that makes you smile.
And before we wrap up, let me remind you of something powerful. You learned your first language with no effort, no pressure, no fear. That natural ability is still inside you, waiting to be reactivated.
Exactly. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience, intelligence, and determination. Today, you're choosing to learn like a child, and that's the smartest decision you can make for your fluency.
If this episode inspired you, changed your mindset, or made learning feel lighter, show us your support. Hit that like button, subscribe to SpeakFlow English, and share this episode with someone who needs more confidence in their English journey.
And tell us in the comments, which rule will you apply first? Immersion, communication, mistakes, or play? We want to read your goals and celebrate your progress with you.
Remember, English is not something you study. It's something you live every day, little by little, just like a child.
Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and as always,
Keep speaking. Keep flowing.